Hello and welcome everybody to Action Theater presents Courage Under Fire from 1996. Deleted scenes. You want to read the synopsis?
All right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I'm Deleted Scenes, human being, American YouTuber running, sidekick for today. The movie today, Courage Under Fire, from 1996, rated R, 1 hour and 56 minutes, is listed as an action drama. Lieutenant Colonel Nathaniel Serling, is played by Denzel Washington, was the commander of a unit during Operation Desert Storm, who mistakenly ordered the destruction of what he believed to be an enemy tank. As a means of redeeming himself, Serling is given a new assignment by his superior, General Hirschberg, played by Michael Moriarty. Captain Karen Walden, Meg Ryan, was a helicopter pilot who died in battle during the Iraqi conflict, and Serling is asked to investigate Walden's actions in the field of battle. The cast also includes Lou Diamond Phillips, Bronson Pinchot, Matt Damon, Seth Gilliam, Regina Taylor, Sean Astin, and is directed by Edward Zwick, who also directed Glory, as well as Special Bulletin, The Last Samurai, among others. Yes, Scott Glenn in this as well. Plenty of a lot of familiar faces in this film. So, if you've not seen this before, it's basically Rashomon in Iraq, and you have different points of view on what happened during this battle, and it's kind of all about perception and kind of the press getting kind of sticking their nose in where it doesn't quite belong. So yeah, this is an interesting one. So I'm looking. If you haven't seen this before, let us know in the chat, because I'm curious to see what the first timers might think of this one.
Yeah.
All right. So Bill and I do want to remind everyone that YouTube in the United States has different copyright laws than other places. There are other places that can download complete movies perfectly free and brand new and get away with it because they can. Now, in the US, it's a bit of a different story because movie studios have lawyers.
Yeah.
And we cannot afford to get sued by anybody's lawyers, and we want Meg Ryan to like us. That's another thing. So what we are doing here today is essentially like a DVD commentary. Kind of a fan commentary too, in a way, because I think we're both fans of this one.
Yeah.
So what we are going to do is, if you are following along with this live, you can follow the Cosme link that should be up in both our chats, either at the top or the bottom of the chat, depending on where YouTube has chosen to put it today. You can follow this room. It's the same room Bill always uses. So if you are just to hit that link, and you can join us for the film live. The film is also available on Fandango at home.
Yep.
And it is on. I don't know if there's a 4K, but there is a Blu-ray out that's been out for a while now. So it is on physical media. You can pick it up on DVD, Blu-ray, and 96, maybe even VHS.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so if you are so inclined. So what we're going to do, so that people who are not watching live can sync up, is we are going to put up a commentary only banner at the bottom of the screen. And if you start the film when we put up that banner, you will be synced up with the film. And we'll give you signposts along the way about where we are, or we'll give you timestamps in case anybody falls behind.
Yep.
So, all right. Enough of my yakking. I say let's get on with the film.
Okay. Here we do a quick little five countdown. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Hard to believe this film's 30 years old already.
Yeah. I say hello to Snortopoopas Q Burr.
Our favorite polar bear.
Indeed. Have the 20th Century Fox logo. Want to say hello in the chat to Andrea Black? Or is that from last time? Oh, I'm sure Andrea. I'm sure Andrea will be here.
Yeah.
She usually doesn't miss. So, and of course, these are the images that we saw on television.
Yeah. Played out
Yeah.
on CNN and MSNBC.
And there's actually a pretty engrossing movie called Live from Baghdad that stars Michael Keaton. That was an HBO film. That's all about how the CNN crew managed to get in to get those to get that footage that we remember so well. So check that film out if you get a chance.
You almost forget that Matt Damon is also in this.
Yes, Matt Damon.
Skinny
Matt Damon. Yeah, Matt Damon before he was really all that well known. He'd been in a few movies like School Ties, and I think he'd been in Geronimo by that point, but he was very much like a supporting player. And he, look, I admire an actor trying to kind of fell out apart, but sometimes you can take it a little overboard, and we'll discuss that when we get later in the film. Written by Patrick Shane Duncan, who's a screenwriter who was a Vietnam vet. He also wrote Mr. Holland's Opus, and a movie I hope we do sometime soon, 84 Charlie Mopic. Interesting film. Kind of a found footage Vietnam film. So, boom. One down. Yes. Patella. I'm waiting for a character to show up called Femur.
Hello, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Saying, what's up, chat? And happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you for that. Of course, our friend and wrench of wrenches, the bird woman, the one meal McConaughey. Always look out for her secondary channel, Love Chick Productions. Landmines, yeah, that could
Yep.
be problematic, couldn't it?
And of course, unfortunately, now our Pell is walking into an ambush because here come the reinforcements.
Hello to JPRPH1. Good to see you. We are exactly 7 minutes and 50 seconds into the film. Oh, we're just underway.
Just killed a friendly. Yep.
This in wartime has happened a few times. It's one of those ugly things that happens in battle.
Selchiko Ivanek. I first saw him in a horror movie called The Sender back in the early 80s. And he's one of those guys where you might not know his name, but he's like been in everything. Like he's in Black Hawk Down, Argo, Homicide: Life on the Street. He played a recurring character on that. Three Billboards. Hmm.
Right. No, no lemon spritzo. There we go. We start with playing the events that have unfolded.
Mhm. You're right the first time. Yeah, there's a hotel room in LA waiting for you. Wrong movie. Mm. Regina Taylor, who you may know from The Negotiator and the TV series I'll Fly Away. Oh, this will last.
Yeah.
Mhm. Chill out, Frosty. Oh, yeah.
There's Matt Damien.
Mhm.
Oh, they're going to hit it. Oh, hard impact.
General Schwarzkopf being interviewed by Larry King.
having post-wartime PTSD.
And here's your first look at how scrawny Matt Damon got for this movie.
Yeah.
Because, well, this is a bit of a spoiler, but his character, since the battle, has become a junkie. And kind of looks it. And I think they said he was down to, what, 120 pounds or something like that
Yeah.
for these scenes?
He was very
Very,
what's his name?
very
Yeah,
method. Yeah, very
yeah,
methody.
the machinist, like the machinist when what's his name got really skinny for the machinist.
Yeah,
Scott Bale, or not
Christian Bale. Yeah.
Christian Bale? Yeah, Christian Bale. Scott Bale. Oops, wrong guy. This is where the point where they're pinned down.
Hello to ending with Severus.
Hello to Lady Miss.
Hello,
Lady
Miss.
Miss.
Mm, that's two. This is where he's starting to get the first inkling that yeah, things ain't adding up here. Nah, just me here, Enigma. Ken Jenkins, another character actor, The Abyss,
Yeah.
Last Man Standing.
I think the daughter is now a recognizable actress, isn't she?
Oh, I'm sure.
She seems vaguely familiar.
Yeah, yes, he's down to stalking his own family.
We're at 49 minutes. Oh, shoot, sorry.
It's okay. I mean, these aren't the Chico file level discrepancies, but hey, you can't have that. Extra points to anyone who gets that reference.
Hey, it's Mama Pray. Hey, Mama Pray. Hello, Mama Pray.
And hello to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. We're about halfway through the movie. The link is in the chat.
Yeah.
Please join us in Cosme.
5202.
When Seljuko Ivanik is ordered to leave the room, shit has hit the fan. Suggest. Okay. Hold on, everybody. I got to refresh.
Anybody else having problems with Cosme?
Okay, I think we're back up now. Or at least I am. If I was the only one who's up. Bruce McGill cameo.
Wow, he's actually on a payphone talking to his wife. Yeah, they probably still had payphones around back in '96. He might be a little bit liberated, huh?
Yeah.
Just a little bit liberated. We're about 1 hour, 18 minutes, 50 seconds. Drinking and driving should have you arrested. He got scared. You're gonna mess up your Pontiac LeBaron. Oh, that train is a coming round the bend. He's gonna play. He plays chicken with a train. And then there was no Chrysler LeBaron and no private like Diamond Phillips. He played chicken with a train and he won. Hello, Jamie Lynn. He broke the airborne Creo. You don't leave anybody behind, man or woman. But he really does look anorexic in this role. that is Courage Under Fire. Shall you consult the scrolls?
Oh crap! And how long was I muted? Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Let me get over here. Courage Under Fire was released July 12th, 1996. Budget of 46 million, going on just over a million worldwide. All right. Going on to win an ASCAP Film and Television Music Award. Lou Diamond Phillips won Supporting Actor at the Blockbuster Entertainment Awards. Denzel got nominated for Best Actor at the Chicago Film Critics Association. Dallas-Fort Worth Film Critics Association nominated the movie for Best Picture. Denzel won an Image Award. The movie was nominated for Best Picture and Supporting Actress for Regina Taylor. Denzel got nominated Best Actor at the Online Film and Television Association Awards. He won the Southeastern Film Critics Association Award, where the movie was also nominated for Best Picture. Let's see. 5 Lone Star Film and Television Awards for Best Picture, Actor, Supporting Actor, Screenplay, and Best Director. And Denzel got nominated Best Actor at the Boston Society of Film Critics Awards. All right. Filming took place between October 16th, 1995 and January 31st, 1996. All right. Filmed in Fort Irwin, California, Austin, Texas, Barstow, California, Bastrop, Texas, Bertram, Texas, where they did the train crash, Bloomfield, Connecticut, El Paso, Texas, the National Training Center, Fort Irwin, California, and the Gary Job Corps Center, 2800 Airport Highway 21 East, San Marcos, Texas, and the Southwest Grounds, Texas State Capitol, 1100 Congress Avenue, Austin, Texas. On to the trivia. The tanks are British Centurions with sheet metal added to make them look like M1A1 Abrams tanks. They were shipped from Australia when the U.S. Department of Defense withdrew their cooperation. White House Rose Garden set was destroyed twice, once by a tornado and once by a sandstorm. The basic concept of the movie is borrowed from Rashomon. In some of the background scenes in the training camp, cadets from Texas A&M University were used as extras. Iraqi battle scenes were filmed at the Indian Cliffs Ranch, located just outside of El Paso, Texas. Many of the props were left there and became a tourist attraction. Matt Damon lost 40 pounds for his role, and even though it doesn't say it here, almost lost a freaking kidney for his role in this movie. Steve Zahn auditioned for the role of Ilaria. This was the first movie produced by Fox 2000 Pictures to be released in theaters. In order to lose the acquired amount of weight for the present-day scenes, Matt Damon went on a strict regimen of food deprivation and physical training. This caused his health to become so frail that he was put on medical supervision for several months after the shoot. However, his efforts didn't go unnoticed. Director Francis Ford Coppola was so impressed by Damon's display of method acting that he offered him the lead role in The Rainmaker. While making Good Will Hunting, after regaining his healthy weight, Damon met Steven Spielberg, who was then casting for Saving Private Ryan. Spielberg told Damon he loved his performance in this movie and wanted to hire him to play Private Ryan, but was afraid that Damon was too skinny. When Spielberg saw Damon in his normal weight, he hired him for Ryan. To prepare for his part in the film, Denzel Washington met with 2 combat veterans in the Gulf War to ask about their experiences there and any particular memories that had stuck with them since the war. Denzel Washington visited with B-12 Cav at Fort Hood to prepare for his role as Lieutenant Colonel Nate Serling. The deputy puts in while giving his something I can't pronounce. The opening sequence is a tribute to the time he spent with the B-112. I can't speak tonight. The unit portrayed in the movie, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Serling, is the 2nd Armored Cavalry Regiment, 2nd ACR. The regiment was comprised of heavy tanks, M1A1, and fighting vehicles, Bradley FVM-3. The unit, as such, no longer exists. It is now known as the 2nd Cavalry Regiment Stryker, which fights as an infantry non-tanks unit. Okay. In an October 2009 interview, Bronson Pinchot said that Denzel Washington was verbally abusive to him and others on the set for the sake of, quote, staying in character. Well, I'm sorry, Balky. You do have
a very
face, especially in this movie. According to Edward Zwick, he and Denzel Washington were approached with the script individually and told the other had signed on as a ploy to get them on board. Meeting to discuss it, both admitted they did not like the script, but Washington wanted to work with Zwick again after earning an Oscar for Glory. And Zwick inadvertently convinced Washington when he began talking about his research into the new phenomenon of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which is what he felt the story was really about. Harrison Ford and Tom Hanks were considered for the role of Nathan Sterling. Okay, Matt Damon not only went on an extreme diet, he would also run 12 miles a day, drinking 4 to 6 pots of coffee to muster up the energy. His extreme dieting went to the point where he had to wash his mouth every time his girlfriend kissed him because he could taste what she'd been eating. Director Edward Zwick got so scared by Damon's emaciated appearance that he ordered the actor to start eating again, but Damon refused. Fortunately for him, as he was not an established star at the time, he had to do all of this under his own steam and without the help of a nutritionist. After filming was done, Damon was diagnosed with deregulated blood sugar, which required a medication. It would take Damon a good 2 years to get his body back to normal. At least one of the Centurion-based M1A1 Abrams tank mock-ups used during the Albathra battle scene in the film was reused in Cradle to the Grave. The patch on Sterling's shoulder is referring to the U.S. Army 2nd Cavalry. The motto in French, which I'm not going to bother to try to pronounce, means always ready. And the fleur-de-lis is related to the fact that they fought in France during both World Wars. Denzel Washington and Scott Glenn appeared together in Training Day. They also appeared in the same role in different versions of Man on Fire. When Sterling is packing for his trip to investigate the incident, on his bedroom wall is a picture of the Watts Towers in Los Angeles, California. These towers featured prominently in the climax of an earlier Denzel Washington movie, Ricochet. English critic Mark Cormode cited this film's casting of Meg Ryan as a helicopter pilot as the benchmark for a casting decision so ludicrous it takes the viewer out of the film. Well, there are female pilots, but at the time they were rare.
Yep.
In actuality, Dr. Mary Edwards Walker is the only female to be awarded the Medal of Honor for her services as a surgeon during the Civil War. At 5 minutes and 34 seconds after Lieutenant Colonel Serling orders Captain Boiler to move his unit to the right, as the tanks begin to turn, you can see an M1A1 tank with the insignia of the World War II German 2nd Panzer Division. That's right on the right ferret front. This is not the tape from mounting combat identification panels or miles. After Lieutenant Colonel Serling gets back on his tank following the pre-battle talk and prayer, he orders battle carrier Sabbath, and his loader replies, "Silver Bullet coming up." Silver Bullet was a nickname for the 120 millimeter armor-piercing fence stabilized discarding Sabbath's anti-tank round for the main gun of the M1A1 Abrams tank. It is a French word meaning shoe and was held over from old artillery terminology. The armor-piercing part of the round with the depleted uranium core is smaller than the gun bore, so it is held in the bore by a sabot of 3 aluminum petals that peel away after the round leaves the muzzle. Only the subcaliber armor-piercing penetrator travels to the target. The crude drill while firing at enemy targets in the film is generally accurate, although it breaks down during the heat of the battle. The tank commander, TC, orders crew report, for which each of the 4 crew members identifies himself and responds ready. When a target is sired to TC orders, for example, can vary: gunner, sabot, tank, which notifies the gunner that he is to fire at a tank, and notifies the loader to load a sabot round, armor-piercing any tank, if one is not already loaded. The gunner replies identified, which means he has acquired the target and can take it under fire. And the loader replies up, meaning the main gun is loaded with the proper round and is ready to fire. The TC orders fire, and the gunner, after using the laser rangefinder to get the range to the target and making final sight adjustments, says on the way and pulls the trigger. Lays and blazes, Gunner Patella says in the film. Lieutenant Colonel Serling wears the Ranger tab on his uniform sleeves, meaning he graduated from the U.S. Army Ranger School before becoming a tank commander. Staff Sergeant Monfries also wears the Ranger tab and is shown as a drill instructor at the Army Ranger School where Serling first meets him. Neither of them acknowledges the shared brotherhood of the Ranger Creed with each other throughout the film. Lieutenant Colonel Serling's fruit salad, military slang for medals worn on the uniform's chest, include a Silver Star and 2 Meritorious Service Medals. Denzel Washington and Lou Diamond Phillips have both played cops who battled a supernatural enemy. Washington had fallen in, Phillips in the First Power. In 2021, during the Household Faces podcast, Nestor Carbonell slated he was one of the final actors in the audition process for the role of Marlon Freeze, along with Lou Diamond Phillips. This is the second of 3 collaborations between Denzel Washington and Edward Zwick after Glory and followed by The Siege. Castmates Scott Glenn and Diane Baker had both 5 years earlier been in the cast of Silence of the Lambs. Bronson Pinchot co-starred in the sitcom Perfect Strangers, 1986 to 93. The show had 100 episodes, directed by Joel Zwick, who shares the same name as Kurds Under Fire director Edward Zwick. The 2 directors, however, are not related. I always thought they were. Huh. All right, never mind then. Lieutenant Colonel Serling's military decorations include the Silver Star and Meritorious Service Medal. These awards are prominently shown on his chest when he wears his Army Class A formal dress uniforms. Cast includes 2 Oscar winners and 1 Oscar nominee. The winners being Denzel and Damon, and 1 Oscar nominee, Sean Astin, who was nominated for a short film that he directed while he was making Lord of the Rings. Yep. And Meg Ryan had it written into her contract that she would not have to do any filming inside a helicopter, as she was terrified of flying. The crew got around this by hollowing out a Huey shell, placing it on an enormous gimbal, and welding that to the bed of a long flatbed truck. They then dug out and paved a 3,000-foot long road parallel to a tall sand dune so that when the truck sped along it and the gimbals tilted the shell, it gave the appearance of flying. The only time Ryan was ever in a real helicopter was for one of the very last shots of the film. Denzel's second film about the military, although he was already also in Glory and Soldier Story. First, he did Crimson Tide in 1995, released a year before this movie. The first of two films featuring Scott Glenn and Denzel Washington, the other being Training Day. Washington as well played the role of John Creasy in 2004's Man on Fire, which was a remake of a 1987 film of the same name, where Glenn originally played the role of Creasy, and it was based on a book. So that's where it came from first. Although they do not share scenes in this film, this is the second feature film with Lou Diamond Phillips and Scott Glenn as co-stars. Their previous project was the crime drama Extreme Justice from 1993. And check that one out. That movie is a freaking e-ticket and a half. It's kind of like, it's like Training Day on crack. Serious. That movie is gnarly as hell. Spoilers, when Lieutenant Colonel Serling meets Sergeant Monfries for the first time, Monfries is chastising a trainee soldier for leaving his comrades behind. That's ironic, since it's a major aspect of the plot involving Monfries doing just that to Captain Walden. All right. That is it.
The scrolls are closed?
The scrolls are closed.
Okay.
Any further information you would like, you can go over to IMDb and check it out. And check out, as I found out today, it seems I not only have one page there, but two. So, all right. I'm in there twice. So, all right. It makes me look busier, and I actually have been. All right.
We're not going to be here next Thursday because I'm going to go see the Grogu movie, but we will be here Wednesday for a special edition of the Action Theater Presents. So Wednesday, same time, same channel, we're doing Mel Gibson's We Are Soldiers. And then, of course, we have our extra dose this week with Heartbreak Ridge, followed by Western Cinema Presents Part 1 of Gettysburg. Part 1 of Gettysburg. That's what I have here coming up on my channel. How about you, Deleted Scenes?
All right. Later on tonight is my program, Coming Attractions. We get to find out what I have coming up in the next week. That'll be at 11 p.m. I'll be making an appearance tomorrow night at 8 p.m. for Films with Friends. And this week's movie is The Way Out with Jerry Lewis. Movie we had originally intended to watch last month, but there were some technical issues. So we'll be doing that film this week. I will, of course, be joining Bill this Saturday for our Extra Dose edition. And that film will be Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood. Let's see. And I am planning Unscripted at for Sunday night. Are we doing a Western this week?
Yeah, that's we're doing the first part of the first part of
Gettysburg. Okay.
Gettysburg.
Yeah, I see it. Okay. Yep, first part of Gettysburg. That's going to be Saturday. No, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. Sunday.
And reserved seats is going to return on the 24th. And I am going to be joined by Aged Boomer, and we're going to have a discussion on a film we've actually been wanting to talk about for a while called Watcher, which was a Shudder film that came out a few years ago. And we're basically going to be talking mostly about that, and also kind of about Shudder in general and why we're such big fans.
Wow, it's called Watcher. There's been a lot of films called The Watcher or The Watchers.
Yeah. But this one was a couple of years ago. Yeah. So
there was one with Corey Haim called The Watchers, and then there was I think there was also a Keanu Reeves movie called The Watcher. Was a horror where he plays like serial killer. Remember that one? I'll have to get to that one.
I'm aware of it. I never got around to seeing it. No.
Okay. Well, as I always say, thank you all for being here. Much appreciated. Connie Carey, JPRP, Jamie Lynn Simmons, Ignim Service, Lady Mist. Love you, Lady Mist. And dropping by was it was Mama Pray. Mama Pray dropped by. And Gorillas, Lemon Tops, and Daniel Berries for Twilights. Our favorite polar bear, Snortopupus Q Bear. As I always say, always please be excellent to each other. Party on, and we'll see you at the next one.
All right. And I would like to thank everyone who joined us here today. We had over 80 people watching at one point. Those are just the ones that I know about. So thank you all to anybody who joined us, even if it's just for a few moments. Hope you enjoy the show. Hit the like, share out the stream, do all the clicky algorithmic things that that YouTube likes. And again, a reminder that this was commentary only. The film can be found on physical media, Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS for sure. Definitely deserves a 4K, I think, if there's not already one. And it is currently available on Fandango at home. And I would think probably either Tubi or Prime as well. They tend to be pretty good about that. So it's out there. You can find it. So if you are not joining us live, there you go. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast from HQ, our second home office in Arizona and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win.